Nigeria Info.
Hello, good evening. It's Monday, February 23, 2026. INEX continuous voters registration is on. Use the opportunity to register to vote. On the news this evening, 3 die while attempting to deslate abandoned well in Onwugbonu, Abua Odwa local government area. Police arrest 42-year-old suspect linked to one-chance crime syndicate in Rivers State. Yaga Africa urges INEC to improve preparedness ahead of 2027 elections. El Rufai sues ICPC for 1 billion naira over Abuja home invasion. And on the foreign scene, armed intruder killed at President Trump's Florida residence. Details of these and more will be reaching you in a moment. Stay with us. I am okay. Onwugbonu with the news. The Rivers State Police Command says it is investigating the deaths of 3 people, including 2 brothers, who reportedly died while trying to deslate an abandoned water well in Onwugbonu community, Abua Odwa local government area on Sunday. CSP Grace Iringikoko, the police spokesperson, confirmed that the son of the well's owner hired 3 men, including 2 brothers, to make the well usable. She explained that one of the men screamed after entering the well, prompting the others to go in and check, but all 3 tragically died. The well is suspected to have been contaminated with toxic gases, and some residents reported a strong offensive smell coming from it before the incident. Investigations are ongoing to determine the exact cause of their deaths. Onwugbonu is an oil and gas producing community in Abua local government area of Rivers State. In another development, Rivers State Police Command says it has arrested a 42-year-old man, Onwugbonu, for allegedly belonging to a one-chance crime syndicate. The command spokesperson Grace Iringikoko says the suspect was arrested by officers from the Alakaya Police Division. She stated that Wobodo allegedly confessed that he and other gang members usually travel from other states to Rivers State to carry out their crimes. According to her, the suspect admitted that the group robs unsuspecting passengers after they board their taxis.
In the course of our investigation, they will come to the state, they will meet in Aba, they will come and they will pick innocent citizens of the state and they will carry them. They will be asking them, please, madam, will you shift a little bit, or this place is not convenient for me, can you come down? In the process of you coming down, that's where they will carry your looks.
One big team, identified as Success, recounted how she was robbed of a bag after boarding a taxi from Mpogo to Rumomasi.
I was going to work on Saturday morning from Okey Junction to Rumomasi. On my way going, so I entered taxi bus. Along the road as we are going, a lady sitting beside me said that she would adjust the iron in the seat, which I told her that I don't know how to adjust the iron. There's a driver that knows what to do because it's her as well. So the woman said, telling me I should adjust, and I said, if although I have to adjust it, let the driver stop so that I can adjust the iron. So the woman dragged my car. So I did not know that she had already removed my phone. I gave it back the car and they drove out immediately. So as I came back, I checked my car. My phone was no longer there. So I have to check around there to chase them.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the suspect Wobodo also gave his account.
Somebody introduced me in the work, one chance for wage of.
How many are you in this syndicate?
We are 3 in number, 2 ladies, Rose and Gift.
So what are their role?
They are just sitting like a passenger. I'm the driver.
How many times have you been doing this with these ladies?
This is 3rd time now. They wait for me at the Umaya tower there. So when I'm coming, I carry them along.
How much have you received in this game that you're doing? This is your one chance that you're doing.
Sometimes you get 150, sometimes 100, sometimes 300. So I share it.
As you may know, one-chance crime has become a serious concern for residents and commuters in Port Harcourt, with several victims sharing their traumatic experiences with Cool Wazobia Info FM. Moving on to electoral matters, following the by-election held in some states over the weekend, the program coordinator of Yaga Africa, Ibrahim Farouk, is urging the Independent National Electoral Commission to improve its preparedness ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire on Monday, Farouk expressed concern over the low voter turnout recorded during the FCT Council elections and Rivers State by-elections. He stressed the need for INEC to fully implement electronic transmission of election results to strengthen transparency and credibility in the electoral process. Farouk also calls for increased public enlightenment campaigns to restore voter confidence, noting that many citizens have become discouraged from participating in elections.
This is an opportunity for INEC to perfect its logistics and its deployment. And INEC really needs to step on the accelerator in terms of preparedness with logistics, with the technology, with IREV, electronic transmission, and make sure everything works properly. INEC needs to start a massive public enlightenment campaign, whether voters have been reassigned or not. This is the only way that they can build public confidence and ensure that we see a reversal of this low voter turnout that we've been seeing since.
And back home, the All Progressives Congress in Obiakpo local government area, Rivers State, has elected ad hoc delegates to represent the council at the party's national convention in March 2026. At the delegate congress, APC chairman for Obiakpo, Lesie Ejeku, emphasized that strong grassroots representation is vital for growth and development of the party.
We want them to be those that have integrity and those that have character, that will be able to decipher persons that will be able to be dutifully committed and have what it takes to elect those national working committee members that will serve our party, that will work closely with Mr. President to ensure that the programs and ideology of the party is being brought to fruition at the national level. We are proud as the people in Obiakpo to be associated with Mr. Minister, and that is the reason why we commend him and we make sure that we will stand by him as long as he is standing by Mr. President to ensure that Mr. President comes back in 2027 in Aso Rock as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Speaking at the event, the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Samehule, praised the APC's successes in the by-election in Ahoda and Kana local government areas, as well as the FCT municipal elections. He noted that President Bola Tinubu has set a workable template for the party nationwide and urged him to declare his intention to seek a second term.
But I want to commend him and the ESCO at the LGA level for keeping the flag of our party flying. Chairman of APC, therefore I commend you and your team. Let me join him to re-emphasize the fact that we're here for the local government congress of the All Progressive Congress here in Obiakpo. Obiakpo is one of the foremost local governments. Normally would have no hitches when we are doing anything that has to do with our party. Today is not going to be any different. We know that those who have bought their forms and are ready to contest today, they are here.
On behalf of the elected delegates, Chidi Amadi promised they will faithfully represent APC Obiakpo interests at the National Convention scheduled for 27th and 28th March 2026. Other elected delegates include Professor Chituru Adiele and Princess Ure James. Moving on, former Kaduna State Governor Nasiri El-Rufai has filed a 1 billion naira fundamental rights suit against the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission over the alleged unlawful search of his Abuja residence. Through his lawyers led by Oluwole Iyamu, El-Rufai is challenging a search warrant issued on February 4 by the Chief Magistrate of the FCT Magistrates Court. The suit names ICPC as the first respondent, the Chief Magistrate, the Inspector General of Police, the Attorney General of the Federation as other respondents. El-Rufai claims the warrant was invalid, ambiguous, and lacked probable cause, making the search of his house on February 19 a violation of his constitutional rights to dignity, liberty, fair hearing, and privacy. He's asking the court to declare the warrant null and void and to stop the respondent from using any evidence seized during the search in any investigation or legal proceedings against him. To aviation matters, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria has confirmed the fire at Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, specifically at Terminal 1. Fans said on X, formerly Twitter, that no deaths have been reported and firefighters are working to control the blaze. An update adds that passengers and airport staff are being safely evacuated in an orderly manner. And in business, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria is urging the federal government to sell majority stakes in the country's state-owned refineries, recommending a model similar to Nigeria LNG, where at least 51% of equity goes to core investors while the government keeps a minority stake. Pengason's president and trade union Congress leader Festus Osifo says government ownership has limited efficiency and profitability, and private investment would depoliticize management and boost performance. Speaking on Channels Television, he also supports current efforts by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to attract investors while retaining government oversight for energy security. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, Paramount ruler warns public on land transactions. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. There was joy and excitement in Onwugbonu community OBB in Okey local government area as residents celebrated the restoration of electricity after many years without power supply. As you may know, for years the community grappled with total blackout, a situation that negatively affected businesses, education, healthcare services and general socio-economic activities. However, relief came as electricity was finally restored to the area, marking what many residents described as a new dawn for Onwugbonu and its environs. Speaking on the development, community leaders and residents expressed gratitude to the chairman of Okey local government area, Chima Boniface Njoko, for his commitment to improving infrastructure across the local government area. They noted that the restoration of power supply is a clear demonstration that responsive leadership is yielding tangible results. They commended the chairman's administration for prioritizing the welfare of the people and addressing long-standing challenges affecting rural communities.
It has been very long. We have seen this electric pole, but no light. It has been years. They cut trees, they cut plantains, and they go back. But this time around, we are lucky to have seen transformer, we have seen wires, and now the NEPA people are here to power the light. We are very much happy and grateful to the present administration because the chairman is doing well.
Celebrating life for the past 20 years. These people have not seen life. First in history. Can you imagine?
Still in Okey, the chairman Chima Boniface Njoko is set to meet all estate developers in the area on Wednesday. A statement said the meeting would take place at the council secretariat Okey by 12 noon. Statement asked all the estate developers to come along with the relevant documents authorizing their operations in the Okey local government area. It also said the meeting is mandatory and absenteeism would not be tolerated. Moving on, a new caretaker committee has been set up to manage the affairs of the Onwugbonu Community Development Council until fresh elections are held. The caretaker committee chairman Onwugbonu told our correspondent that the previous CDC has been formally dissolved after completing its tenure. He adds that all standing and ad hoc committees under the former council, including the Land Committee and Electricity Committee, have also been dissolved with immediate effect. Wolu explains that the move aims to allow proper administrative restructuring and ensure a smooth transition ahead of the election of the new Executive Council for the community. He announced that the newly formed caretaker committee will temporarily oversee the affairs of the ECDC. The committee includes Chigo Wolu as chairman, Owen Ejoku as secretary, and Chizi Nwosu as treasurer. The caretaker chairman advised all companies and corporate bodies operating in the community to direct all official correspondence and engagements to his office. Wolu emphasized that the committee is already in effect and will continue to operate until a properly elected leadership is established. In other news, the paramount ruler of Anaka Clan, Obiakpalaka government area of Rivers State, Eze Marcus Origi, is warning the public to be careful when engaging in any land transactions within the clan. In a statement, Eze Origi referenced a judgment delivered on November 24, 2025 by the customary court sitting in Choba, which affirmed Eze Marcus Origi, Hakot Chuku, Wama Chuku, Eze Nwoka, and Ovunda Ehunda, half of the Anaka clan, as the legitimate owners of the land known as Ohia or Ibogo Abangwo Onuhianaka. It says the court also restrained unauthorized persons from trespassing or conducting any transaction on the land and awarded damages in favor of the claimants. It also stressed that anyone wishing to transact business on the property must follow the proper process and ensure that the paramount ruler is duly informed. He further warns that the community will not be responsible for any losses arising from the dealings with illegitimate persons. In another development, several individuals identifying themselves as landlords in Rumekini new layout and Egbelu within Rumekini community of Ubiakwalaka government area, Rivers State, are appealing to all levels of government for assistance. They are accusing Odibola properties of land grabbing, invasion, and destruction of their houses. Judge Shola Bobby Ribi, the group's spokesperson, told newsmen that the demolition supposedly executed under court orders extended to areas not included in the court's survey plan.
4 weeks ago, we woke up to heavy machines coming into our environment, destroying fence and jumping into people's properties. So on inquiry, we found out that it was Odibola Properties that was carrying out this destruction. And we found that it was based on a judgment given last year. Now, we got the survey plan and found out that the destructions that was carried out by Odibola's properties was beyond where the judgment was given. And this is an appeal to the government to call him to order, to pay for the damages he has caused.
Other landlords, Helen Mong and Gideon Ewo, add that affected property owners did not receive any prior notice before the demolitions. They are urging the government to compel the developed properties to pay compensation for the damages caused.
It has been very long. We have seen this electric pole, but no.
18 December, the judgment was passed, and the same evening of the 18th, destruction started. By law, there should be 90 days before any destruction should be done. There should be a notice on our doors, on our gates, so we will know. So we're calling on the government to come to our aid. We're all living in fear because we don't know what will happen tomorrow. Today you see bulldozers coming in. Next tomorrow you see another thing coming in. Even a neighbor that has 14 plots in my back has been fenced round.
We're not against the case they have won. Whatever case they have won does not include our area. So why are they coming to our area to come and be destroying people's fences and properties? They did not even define the area of land jurisdiction. They only say they have won the whole of this area. How can you win court case that doesn't have boundary?
Responding, Bolaji Oshobukola, CEO of Odibola Properties, denied the allegations of land grabbing and property destruction. He explained that the land was legally declared by a court on the 18th of December 2025 to belong to the Okachi family of Mbodo Alu in the Ikwedeleka government area. Away from that, Vinocrest schools have advanced to the semi-final round of the Nigeria Info I Beg to Differ debate competition. The school secured victory after a heated argument against Christ Lekole International. Representing Vinocrest were Clifford Mary Jane Oluwatosin and Sarimiye Dane Tamara Priye, while Christ Lekole was Stephanie Wariboko and Nashon Beulah. Both teams debated the motion that consumers, not manufacturers, are to blame for plastic pollution. After a compelling exchange, Vinocrest emerged winners with 97.5 points to 88.5 points.
Firstly, manufacturers produce massive non-biodegradable single-use plastics derived from fossil fuels, knowing how much greenhouse gases it emits without carrying out any environmental impact assessment.
In trying to exonerate manufacturers in your points 1, 2, and 3, you inadvertently shot yourself in the foot, idiomatically speaking, by glossing over the obvious facts that consumers can indeed influence companies through their purchasing power, yet they often fail to do so. Simple economics shows that high demand drives production, but consumers' appetite for convenience products, single-use plastics like water, drives the demand the manufacturers supply.
And I ask, is it not the manufacturers that produce these bottles? Without production, would there be any littering? Have you forgotten that the manufacturer is a businessman with profit motives?
The daily high-volume consumption and improper disposal by 200+ million consumers are the primary, immediate drivers of the pollution crisis. Gracias.
In the second round of the Nigeria Info I Beg to Differ debate, Silverbird International School faced Jesus Offspring Model International School. Emanuela and Onwugbonu Sonia Chisom represented Silverbird. Opeyemi Kenyinde and Fege Destiny spoke for Jesus Offspring Model International School. Both teams debated the motion that former governors should be prohibited from returning to public office. At the end of the contest, Silverbird International School emerged winners with 98 points, defeating Jesus Offspring, which scored 92 points.
If all former governors were to commit fraud, we won't ban all of them. We would investigate and punish the guilty ones. That is how the rule of law works. This debate is not about protecting the system with fear. It is about strengthening the system with accountability and voter power. I leave you with this. Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
We are told that former governors should never return to office, as if one mistake defined a person forever. Is failure permanent or simply a lesson? Consider leaders like Rotimi Amechi, Peter Obi, Nigerians who returned to serve because they left measurable legacies behind. Should we deny progress simply because of fear? No.
The competition continues tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Nigeria Info FM.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
An armed man was shot dead after entering the secure perimeter of U.S. President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago in Florida. This was revealed by the U.S. Secret Service. The 21-year-old man, Austin Martin, was carrying a shotgun and a fuel can when he was stopped and shot by Secret Service agents and a sheriff's deputy. The incident occurred early Sunday morning while Trump was in Washington, D.C. Martin had been reported missing by his family in North Carolina, and authorities are investigating how he obtained the gun and traveled from North Carolina to Florida. And in sports, FIFA is proposing a new rule that would require players to receive medical treatment during the match to stay off the pitch for at least 1 minute. The move is aimed at reducing time wasting and improving the flow of games. According to the BBC Sports, the proposal will be discussed at the annual meeting of the International Football Association Board, which oversees the laws of the game. If approved, the rule will be added to football's global rulebook. Currently, there is no fixed time players must remain off the field after treatment, and domestic leagues set their own guidelines. And that's our package on the news this evening. You heard that 3 people have died while attempting to deslate an abandoned well in Aminiboko community in Abahodwa local government area of Rivers State. We told you that the Rivers State Police Command has arrested a 42-year-old suspect linked to one chance crime syndicate in Rivers State. You also heard that Yaga Africa is urging INEC to improve its preparedness ahead of the 2027 general elections. We reported that former Kaduna State Governor Nasri El-Rufai has sued the ICPC for 1 billion naira over his Abuja home invasion. On the foreign scene, an armed intruder has been killed at President Donald Trump's Florida residence. That's the news, as edited by Ifunanya Obemendukwe. To reach the news team, send an SMS or a WhatsApp message to 0808 721 7215. I am Okey Onwugbonu. Good evening, and many thanks for listening.